What up, YouTube? We are back. Hope y'all are doing well. We we've been pretty busy with work, and actually I blew my other accounts. I didn't actually plan on being on, but since the account renewed, uh, I have a fresh account, and we'll see what we can do with that today. So yeah, that's it. It's been a while. Let's maybe start with a Bible verse and talk about it for a minute, and then we can look at the charts and make a trade and call it good. We're gonna try to do less trades, um, and maybe take less. Try not to shoot for so much um, profits. So, anyways, I was just flipping through here trying to find something um, that looked that caught my eye. Kind of last minute, but here we go. Psalm 125. I think it's 1 and 2. So says, "Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken, but endures forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people both now and forevermore." And yeah, so just from reading that, I've been in quite a few situations where, you know, I was shaken, where I was trying to do everything on my own and, on my own, even just, recently, not too long ago, just trying to do things with my own power and my own wit and my own, so-called wisdom, trying to figure things out and make things work, but, um, it doesn't always work out. And, I humble myself and I just go back to the Lord and try to fully depend on Him, because I can't do it on my own. I think I can a lot of times, and I try to do it on my own a lot of times, but a lot of times that don't work out. And when I turn back to God and ask Him for His help and guidance, and that I need Him, and and that I just don't know what to do, he's always there. He's always there to make it, you know, go back in line, and it's a great peace. You can't you might be shaken for a little bit, but if you trust in the Lord, he's gonna keep you walking tall, and you just keep your confidence in Him and not in yourself, and He'll work all things for good. So, that's my thoughts on that, and that's it. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. If somebody's struggling or not struggling and just want to change your life, and you know you give it to God, ask Jesus to be in your life, and hope, try to live according to how He says to live. I think we should put into practice what He talks about. It's very hard. Um, but anyways, yeah, if somebody's struggling or not struggling, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and you should give your life to Jesus Christ, and you won't regret it. So that's all. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this helps somebody. Um, that's it. God bless everyone, and so we'll just look at these charts and see if we can't make a little trade. Um, and be done with it. We've been doing a lot of over trading, a lot of playing around in the market, Gotta kind of just change our trading method because it's not working right now in these markets. We do have a 5-minute strategy, which we will continue to do. We really haven't been following our 5-minute strategy. So let's just watch and wait, be a little more patient. So we got this candle forming down here. Market just opened 3 minutes ago. Looks like there's a gap from up top here to down here. So I'm thinking eventually this market will have to come back up to fill in this area, from my understanding. Just see how it plays out. Give me 1 second. Oh. All right, let's see here. We got a new flavor, I think this month. Wow. I don't think you can see it. This one's very reflective, I see. I don't know how to pronounce that. Pamplemousse. LaCroix. All right. This one's very good. Cheers. It is water. It is water. Everyone just simmer down. Okay. Give me 1 second to pull up some sensitive information. Get our account opened here. Yeah, I did not. What the heck? I wasn't gonna get another account until next month. You know, if we're gonna do it, we need to just do it less if it's not working out, you know. Do an account a month if I'm blowing them too much, and we'll just save, you know, save the money, you know, all the money I'll put into trading. I'd rather just save it more and just do one account, you know, a month if I'm blowing through them like that. So I think that's smart. You know, anybody doing this, I don't recommend putting all your money on this and thinking you're gonna get rich quick. Definitely not the case. You gotta just take your time with it and practice and just do it as wisely as you can, because it can turn into gambling very quickly. Alright, let me get you going back on here. Okay, so we got our 5-minute marks here. Our green line's down here. Our green line up here is this red 5-minute candle. So we go to our 1-minute chart. And this chart on the right is where I will place my order for our trade. And then this chart we just use for just for the chart itself. I like the chart. So hopefully everybody can see that. See if we can actually wait for our 5-minute setup, because I don't think we've even taken our actual setup. So make sure we're in the right one here. Okay. Let's see if there's any news actually. Red folder. Hopefully I don't give out any personal information. not. Definitely not what we're looking for here. Surprised it didn't come up. I can't remember what it's called. There it is, Forex Factory. Alright, calendar. Today is the 18th. There's no red folder news. There is some news at 6:50. I don't think any of this stuff's actually very important. To be honest, I don't know what any of this really is. I know there's no red folders right here. That is the high impact news, so I don't think we have anything to worry about there, so we could just forget that. I believe tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, I believe. So markets close early at I think 12 in the afternoon. I think. So right now this is just kind of honestly not doing a whole lot. Not doing a whole lot. I guess we can look at the higher time frame to see what maybe is going on overall. This is the hourly. So maybe we'll look at the 4 hour chart. So there is actually sort of a uphill trend forming right now with the higher time frame. You guys probably can't see this very well because all the blue lines I don't understand. So we have an sort of an uphill trend here, as you can see. Well, if you can't see, I'll explain it right now. So you have this like U-shape, this low right here. All these candles make a low. And you come up here, you got another low, made a higher low, another higher low here, and then another higher low here. But up top here, probably a lot going on actually. Don't mind my clock ringing in the background. But up top here, it's all kind of just hanging out. It didn't make any higher highs. You got these, yeah, it's all these points up here is, they haven't come up past that yet, so this could come down and touch our trend line, this red dotted line here. That would take quite a while, so let's see what it's, or actually I think we're under that right now. Yeah, we started under that. We're actually, the market opened way down here, matter of fact. Maybe we see this come up a little bit. I believe it's gonna want to fill in this big area here because there's no, nothing going on in there where my cursor's at. So right now the market's just kind of going sideways, which we don't want to really mess with that. Might just be a slow night. This could, we're not going to get into the coulda, woulda, shouldas, but we'll just watch it for a little bit, and if it doesn't do anything, we'll just go ahead and call it no trades. You know, Sunday night at 6 is just going to be slower. All the big moves and stuff happen at 9:30 a.m. That's when the market opens, and all the big buyers and everybody gets in the market. That is when everybody and all the pros and everybody who does this professionally trades. So but yeah, I think the plan is to just do a whole lot less trading. You know, one trade and that's it. And we won't try to go for such a big amount. Ideally we need at least a $200 trade. That's ideal. Because you have to at least make $150 a trade for 5 days to even be able to request a payout on Tradeify. So I think $200, we should at least shoot for $200, and instead of like 5 to 1,000, you know. Just try to be net green. Can look at this 5-minute here. So I'm thinking this is what might happen here. Okay, so I'm thinking this might want to, well, it kind of already did. The first 5-minute candle did actually come down and touch this purple area, which is a lot of buyers buy in this area. But I'm thinking it may come back down, come into here, come back up to fill in this big gap right here. That's my idea. That is my I don't know, hypotenuse, educated guess, hypotheses, can't remember. My daily bias, I guess. Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't really been reading my Bible a whole lot lately. I start reading a lot, and then I kind of stop reading again. I'm not much of a reader. I only started reading after I was saved. So it's very difficult for me to read. Not a fan of reading. I don't like to read the words, but there's a lot of good stories in the Bible. A lot of ones that confuse the heck out of me, and I quit reading. But Psalm, it's pretty straightforward. With David, he's got a great story, which, you know, I don't completely know the whole story, but he's got a lot of good. It's a good book. Acts is a good book. Very interesting. Like, I think a lot of spiritual stuff happens in that one, I think. I mean, you know, I'm only 5 years in. I'm still learning, but, you know, not like I'm, yeah. Need to get back into reading it again. Kind of slacking, you know, just not reading or praying as much as I should. sure where I was going with that. I just wanted to share that, you know. So we're coming back down a little bit. I mean, so we are kind of doing what I was saying. Right now, that could change very quickly, but we are coming back down. We'll see if we'll maybe go a little further into this area before we retrace back up. And then we do have our 5-minute. I probably won't take any shorts. We have our green 5-minute line down here, and then we have our green 5-minute high line up top here. Since this is a high level of buyers in this area, I probably not gonna look to try to take a short until maybe we come back up, and I might try to take a long up here somewhere. So we'll see. This is actually retracing already. So yeah, the only reason I have this account is because I didn't forget, but I didn't think it renewed by itself on Tradeify, but it does renew if you don't cancel the subscription. So I canceled my Take Profit Trader one because I knew that one needed to be canceled, but I thought Tradeify didn't. If you failed, I didn't think it renewed unless you purchased another account. So that is the only reason we are trading today. You know, I was thinking even if we don't trade, we should probably still try to get on here and maybe share a little scriptures or share a little bit of our own story, or, you know, whatever, you know, God puts on my heart to say, you know. We're just kind of winging it, you know. Yeah, I just, you know, it's funny. I never thought in a million years I'd be talking about Jesus Christ on YouTube, or recording it, or sharing anything about it. You know, it's just crazy to me to even think about still that this is even, you know, happening. I never really believed in Jesus Christ or thought he was real. I always knew that there was something in the world, though. There was definitely something higher, you know. Talked with a lot of friends in high school, you know. We were all doing things we shouldn't have been doing, but we all agreed that there's definitely a higher power out there. And yeah, it's just amazing to think about, you know. It's just my own life going through so just addicted to so many bad things, and I never thought I'd get away from it. I'd always quit for a little while, but it always dragged me back in, and you know, it finally just you know, my life just fell apart worse than it ever has. And first time I ever cried out to Jesus Christ. I never even really thought of Jesus that I can remember. And it's funny that I say that, because I did pray occasionally at night. You know, I did say a few prayers at night. You know, it's just, I don't know, I didn't think nothing of it. I was probably intoxicated, but never really, never thought anything of it. Didn't realize he was really real. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but um, yeah, it's just amazing that he is real and that he loved all of you, whether you want him to or not, which is, you know, very impressive. Very impressive. He loves you when you don't deserve it, and he just continues to love you, you know? It's just all you gotta do is turn towards him, you know, whatever that means, you know, just that could mean a whole bunch of different things in my opinion. You could just start trying to practice what he preaches, you know. Try to love your neighbor, you know. Just start with small things, you know. Forgive somebody for something, um, or you know, just maybe try to start practicing the 10 Commandments, you know. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie, you know. Maybe one of those you could start with. I mean, it's just the start, I think, is the big thing. And you got to accept that Jesus Christ gave his life for you. That you have to accept that, you know, Jesus went through a lot of pain and suffering, and he died for your sins, and that you just gotta trust in him that he'll take care of you, and yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. I can tell you that. You don't just accept Jesus and become some saint. It definitely is not the case, but it's a slow process for me anyways. Not super slow. Not a super slow process for me. It happened all very quickly. I am still transforming, you know, he's transforming my mind, and it takes time, you know. You do something wrong for so many years, you can't just change the way you think like overnight, but you can slowly start thinking about better things and put your, you know, focus on Jesus, whatever that may be, his word, or just visualize Jesus Christ, whatever, you know. We have ideas of what he would look like, so, you know, it's just whatever he puts in your mind or your heart. But yeah, I'm kind of just rambling on while we're watching here, but hopefully something in there helps somebody. And that's what it's about, you know, because eventually we all are gonna die. That's something we all have in common. I don't think we including myself, we don't really think about that all that often, but it probably is gonna happen quicker than we realize, you know. So it's good to share these things with people and help myself think about stuff as we speak. So yeah, that's it. We're just hanging out and talk about life and Jesus Christ. As we're watching this here, just making a little dip. Making a dip down. This be a nice push up now, possibly. See what happens if it. Okay, that's looking nice. Just Be nice if this thing just kind of started shooting up. Or it could come down further. Could be making, I don't know, just gotta be patient, that's all. You know, we could think, me personally, I take a lot of things for granted, as anybody probably does. You know, my health. I mean, just from all the abuse I've done to my body, I'm very surprised that I'm not in the hospital. You know, suffering from kidney failure or liver failure or something, you know, very abusive on my body. So I am thankful for that. I am thankful, and you know, it's just there is actually a story I'd like to share, but I don't think I'm going to share it this time because we've been talking a lot. But there is one other time that I cried out to the Lord. I was intoxicated, but it still amazes me to this day because after all I sobered up and think about it, it's actually another time it wasn't, you know. Yeah, I'll share. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was at the time, but it was just amazing to look back on it, and it was just, I knew he did it. So we'll maybe save it for another day. And stop yapping, man. Stop yapping. Probably a few times, but there's one that keeps replaying in my mind. But man, slow market tonight. This thing's just kind of putzing around. Make a nice break up past these high line, and we can start taking some buys maybe. It's looking nice, looking like it's wanting to push up maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think I got to get some better lighting in here too. Get some lighting going on. Got to make sure my room's clean before I get the good lighting going on. It ain't too bad though. My bed's made. Never used to do that either. Small improvements. Small things matter though. All the small things add up after a while, you know? Improve yourself little by little, and it's not about us anyways, it's about Jesus Christ. But we can make a difference, which Jesus does through us, right? I believe this market wants to go up. So we did come back down again, and looking like we're gonna, I would imagine, fill this big old area of emptiness here, but it's gonna do it very slowly, I see. We do have some like regular news at 650, I think it said. Whatever impact that has, I do not know. And I think I've been watching somebody else says something at like 650 or like Tokyo opens or something. I can't remember. Tokyo market. I don't know. The market starts kind of moving at like 650. But I don't think I'm going to hang out on here too long. I might stay on until 7. If we get a trade, good. If not, we'll just maybe get back on tomorrow night. We got a long week coming up. Going to be working every day, but, you know, hopefully not too long a days. Excuse me. This is just a a demo account, so this isn't real money. I just took a buy position though, just for the fun of it. Just see if we can take this trade all the way up. Up to the top up here. Probably into this range maybe. Organobox. Highs and lows here. So what this is a Organobox, and I think I have this right. So you got your high, you got your low and your high, I think. Most recent low. I don't think I do it like this, but maybe. This could be the way to draw this. I guess I shouldn't really try to explain that because I don't even know if this is right or not. So yeah, I did actually, I'm thinking this is the way. Most recent low. Most recent high. So it did come, this is like a discounted area, and I did buy it, and now it's going back up. I was gonna see if we can maybe take a trade in a discounted price area. Kind of waiting and watching here. Very slow rolling process. is our 1 minute chart. Gives you a little more, you know, information on things. It is making a little double top, so that would be like makes two points here. I don't know how to draw here. Give me marker. So you got like a top there and you got like a top there. Looks like a little double top, and then that's usually, not usually, it is a possibility that that could mean this wants to go for a push down. Okay. How do I erase, please? Trash. Trash. I don't know. Okay. Guess that works. Oh, I see, I see. I'm learning over here. So you gotta, this is a 1 minute. You can see there's a lot more candles on here than the 5 minute. 5 minute, you only got a couple candles, gives you a little pattern. I mean, the lower you go, the more confusing I think it could get. A lot of things happen in a short amount of time. It's good probably to use, higher time frames to see what the overall picture is looking like. But we're in the 1 minute here. We're really just waiting for a push through this green line to the highs or a push down low. Well, we said we weren't going to take any shorts. We're going to wait for a push back up. So kind of just waiting for a push above this green 5 minute high at the moment. That's what we're looking for. But right now this thing's kind of just going sideways a little bit. We're about 42 minutes in and nothing special has happened yet. Excuse me. This kind of looks like it wants to go for a little lower move here. I say that because it didn't want to break above up here, and now it is actually. See, our double top was correct here. We could have gone for a short. So we got our double top, and then it did a couple candles, and then it came down here. So we could have taken that move there. We could look for a short if it comes back up into this. Let's see what happens here. This is our discount area. Let's see if it goes back down after it hits in here. Oh, big pop up. Yeah, I'm thinking this is does look to be in an uphill trend also. So we could look for this thing to continue up higher, matter of fact. Probably be a good spot for it actually. Yeah. Well, we're in the 5 minute over here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Wow, okay. Strong push down. Very big candle down. We could look for a short here, but I think we need to learn our lesson and just kind of just be patient with it. If we would have entered, we would have got stopped out right there, so I'm glad we didn't. Very tempting. Looks like it's going to keep going down, which it could, but look at the pullback. Look at that pullback. We would be down like, be down a lot, so. Discipline. Wow. So we got a huge wick here. Huge wick. Wow. The wick just means that the buyers pushed all that back up because these were sellers, but the buyers pushed it way up, which could be sometimes an indication that it wants to, you know, go the other way. But we've had a lot of wicks here. But we'll just be patient and just kind of see what happens here. I would love to be in this move right now. Like, looks like things are actually moving. It is almost 650, so I'm guessing things kind of happen around 650. I'd like to take a buy. I feel like this thing wants to push back up here maybe. Guess probably can't see that very well. Let's zoom in here. not really sure, you know, we're just watching right now. Just kind of watching. I'm thinking I'd like to maybe, I don't know, just watching right now. Kind of looking short, but I mean, I think it's gonna go higher, so just gotta wait. I think it's kind of just chopping around right here anyways. A lot of wicks. You know, if we get in those trades that just stop us out and then we lose. So we're just trying to wait and see what happens. It's might pull back down again and actually go into our purple zone here. And then for a big push back up maybe. So didn't quite get down into the purple zone here, which is just all the prior buying areas, which is a huge area, but good indication of that it could start going back up. And we got a huge like gap right here, which needs to be, price needs to come back up and fill in that area. So that's my thoughts. Whether it's right, you know, should be somewhat correct. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now you know that. Okay. Yeah, just kind of going up and going down. $6.50. Okay. Just slowly grinding down, I believe. A lot of wicks. Yeah, this is when you know, I've noticed that now, but man, when you see a lot of wicks like this, these would not be good trades to be in, because they would just stop you out, because they come way back up and hit your stop loss. Yeah, those are horrible. This one was nice, but these ones here, these long wicks. Maybe if we can push above these EMAs here, above this orange line here, and above this green line, start getting up top here above these 5-minute highs. Kind of just going sideways right now. Actually kind of made like a little double top here too, didn't it? There and there for a move down here and then back up here, but way back up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we want to go even further up, all the way up to here. So we could, that's what actually we could be looking for right now. Just not making any real significant moves, so it's just chopping around. Doing a little chop suey right now. Chop suey. I'll give it 5 more minutes and then we'll be done trading. Our first disciplined day. No trades. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, well, looky what we got here. Looky. Oh wow, this is looking nice. Okay. See, this is what I was waiting for. Let's see what happens here. Shot above these EMAs. Shot above these EMAs and these EMAs. EMA is estimated moving average, I think. And I don't think one of these aren't EMAs. This one represents something else, I believe, but so the line just pretty much kind of essentially telling you where price is averaging. You know, I think, hey, we're learning together. Me and you, we're learning together. Focus. Stay with me. Alright. So this is nice. This is kind of what we were talking about a little bit, but we'll see if it continues up. We want to see it come above these 5-minute highs, and then we'll look for a long, possibly. It could weaken right here because a lot of sellings happen. You can see where the market hasn't really gone above this area and this area. A-do-do-do. I don't know if anybody's chatting or not. I don't have my chat up, so I'm assuming not, you know. We're just jamming to the music right now. We're just yeah. Let's see, get our Ganna box out. Gann box. Highs and lows, maybe. If I'm marking these out right. Could see it pull back into this area right here and for a continuation up higher. Oh yeah, oh strong, look at it. Yeah, that's nice. That is a nice move. That, my friends, is a nice move. Very tempting to enter this market. Very tempting. And that's all of our music. We'll have to replay. The Jammin' Breadmon. Alright. Kind of made a W here. I mean, this is looking pretty nice, I gotta say. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right there, bud. Yep. I want to enter. I do. I do want to enter. I think I will. We gotta be patient. We gotta be patient. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for our strategy, at least. It is almost 7, so I'm thinking we're just gonna... It's getting pretty close to where we want to be, so we'll give it a few more minutes and see if it's gonna break through these highs. Yeah. I don't think that would have been a bad trade. We'd be in it right now, and we'd be looking pretty good. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good trade there. That's okay. It's okay. Curious of what's gonna happen when it gets to this green 5-minute high line up here. If it's gonna come back down or if it's gonna continue higher. Alright, so we are in the trade. A little soon, I'd say. A little soon. Probably was not a good time to get in. Because we're right at that 5-minute high. So all that time we waited and we still got in early. That's just crazy. Well, yeah, exactly. Why, I don't know why why do I do this to myself? Okay, well, what we're not going to do is keep trading. So we made our trade. We fumbled it. We'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully not fumble it. So that's it. One trade. We're signing off. Thank you everybody for being here. God bless you. Hopefully some of the words that we've said today help somebody out there who watches this or comes across it. And you know, thank you for tuning in and staring at these charts with me. Hopefully it helps somebody, and that's it. God bless, and have a good night. See you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I think.